Jai Shri Ram. Text completion. Number 4. There has been much written on the benefits of studying abroad while enrolled in a university. However, little has been discussed. Little means nothing. However indicates a contrast now. అయినప్పటికీ కూడా little has been అంటే ఏమీ డిస్కస్ చేయలేదు. Little means almost nothing. A little means something. A little was lost means something was lost. Little was lost means nothing was lost. Same with few. A few things were lost, some things were lost. Few things were lost without the article A. Almost nothing was lost. Please remember this. However, little has been discussed. That means hardly anything was discussed. Nothing was discussed about the drawbacks of programs that offer this opportunity. So benefits గురించి చెప్పారు కానీ drawbacks గురించి చెప్పలేదు. The dash of most programs curricula leaves much to be desired. Leaving much to be desired. So the dash of most programs curricula leaves much to be desired. Leaving much to be desired is an idiomatic way of saying that it is deficient. Very, very deficient. Highly unsatisfactory. Highly unsatisfactory. Leave much to be desired. It's a phrase. For example, their education leaves much to be desired. That means it is highly unsatisfactory. They have been seriously shortchanged. SHORT-CHANGED. Shortchanged. To be shortchanged means not getting what you deserve to get. For example, if you take a three-wheeler and the meter says 70 and you have 100 rupees with you and he doesn't have change now to give you back that 30, so he keeps the 100. So you have been shortchanged literally. In our education system, your parents have paid lakhs to your engineering colleges, and unfortunately it is a fact. You also know that. Barring one or two, most of the professors and lecturers and HOD don't know the subject. So you have been seriously shortchanged. You didn't get any education there, right? So leaves much to be desired. Also, without supervision, many students dash the culture of their adopted countries in favor of revelry. Revelry. Revelry is merriment. A drunken revelry, the word is carousal. 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 Carousal means drunken revelry. Tappatagi tandanal addam. There is another carousal with an E. CAROUSEL. SEL. That's a merry-go-round. A merry-go-round, or in an airport, the baggage conveyor belt. That's also called a carousel. The carousel, SAL, it is AL. So AL should be, you can remember that as alcohol. Carousel is alcohol. Carousel is the other thing. Okay. So, also without supervision, many students dash the culture of their adopted countries in favor of revelry. So revelry means boisterous merrymaking, a lot of merrymaking, unrestrained festivity or merrymaking. That is drunken revelry. So revelry, beer and skittles. That's one phrase again, American phrase. Fun and games, amusement and pleasure. Of course, this is actually an originally British expression, beer and skittles, cakes and ale. You must have heard of this expression, all cock-a-hoop. 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 HOOP. That means very elated and joyous. And then hijinks. HIGHJINKS. Hijinks means unbounded merrymaking. Unrestrained revelry. Going on dancing and all sorts of hijinks. That means, when you have these parties, young people do that. So, red letter day, you must have heard of that phrase. Please make a note. A red letter day, RED, red letter day. It's a day marked by a very memorable, happy or significant event. So, that's a red letter day. Okay. Painting the town red is another idiomatic expression. To paint the town red. That means go on a drinking spree, riotous spree, reckless and boisterous celebration. Painting the town red. You must have heard of pub crawling. pub-crawl. Pub crawling is moving from one pub to another pub on a drinking bout. Bar hopping. Such people are called bar hops. Okay, so these are all. Trip the light fantastic is another phrase. Tripping the light fantastic. That means a dance, to frolic or make merry. Trip the light fantastic. T-R-I-P, the light fantastic. It's an interesting phrase. Trip the light fantastic means to dance, to jump around, have a lot of fun, merrymaking, jollification, merrymaking, conviviality. So carousal is a boozing up, drunken, bacchanalia, saturnalia, and all that. Whooping, you see, whoopee, W-H-O-O-P-E-E. Whoopee means a noisy and boisterous revelry. So just imagine, for one word we had to discuss so many words. Now if you pause here, wait a minute, blank one, rigor. Rigor means severity, severe. Rigors of competition today. Very severe. Nuance means a fine difference, chinna teda. Advocacy, support. Blank to condemn, you know, that means express strong disapproval. Assimilate is absorb. Shun means to avoid. Now I'm going to tell you the answer, so please pause, work on it, and then restart the video. So this is a tough one, isn't it? So I think you should have applied elimination. So the answer has to be rigor, because rigor means difficulty or exactness. Severity. Rigor is a word which is almost like a chameleon depending on the situation. I discussed this word. Please watch my YouTube videos. Also, most of them are shorts on words that frequently occur on GRE tests. So rigor. Rigor means severity. The rigor of the most programs curricula. That means the difficulty level or the exactness. So since the speaker, the writer of this sentence is speaking in a critical tone, the use of the phrase leaves much to be desired makes it very clear that the writer is criticizing the curriculum of the program. Therefore, you should go for rigor, which is exactness or difficulty level of the curriculum. And if the students are doing something with the culture in favor of revelry, that means they're just having a nice time instead of actually learning about the culture or something like that. So therefore the second part should be shun the culture. They avoid the culture. They shun the culture. So they're not actually learning anything. They're just going there and having a drinking session. That's all. Isn't it? Okay, and that was a good one, tough one. Next one. The psychological costs of confinement become apparent, obvious, when certain case studies involving prisoners of war are reviewed. Often, when granted freedom, former captives display a notable dash rejoining the outside world, and despite the dash of their emancipators, prefer to remain inside their more familiar and thus seemingly less threatening prison cells. Okay. Blank one, aversion to, disliking. Dislike, strong dislike. Blank 2, nonchalance, carefree. Bindas, insouciant, carefree, indifferent. Exhortation, urging, beseeching, imploring, requesting earnestly. Vedukodamu, pade pade vedukodam. Exhort means to implore, beseech, entreat, E-N-T-R-E-A-T. Repeatedly request, sincerely request. The Telugu word is vedukodamu, pade pade. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the answer, so please pause. I'm also working on it. Please pause and work on it, and then you can replay the video. So it's not as difficult as the early one. The answer has to be reluctance, B for Bravo, and exhortations. Though the emancipator means the liberator. Emancipated means freed from slavery. The Emancipation Proclamation was a law passed by Abraham Lincoln on January 1st, 1863, abolishing slavery completely. Slavery was institutionalized by the Bible, and of course the Quran also institutionalized. Institution means a custom. So nobody had the courage to abolish slavery except Abraham Lincoln. That is why I consider him as the real prophet. He abolished slavery on January 1st, 1863, and passed a law which is known as the Emancipation Proclamation. The Emancipation Proclamation, January 1st, 1863. Why am I repeatedly telling you? Because I want you to remember this and use this phrase as an example in your essay responses. So, it's because it's a very important watershed in the history of mankind. Watershed means a turning point, an important inflection point, turning point. Okay. So, next one. Ask an art critic whether the inherent value of a piece lies in its uniqueness, technical innovation, or cultural significance, and you might receive 3 different answers. Okay. This premise assumption is the focus of Michelson's compelling new paper. Compelling means forceful. That means a good lot of reasoning and evidence is there. This premise is the focus of Michelson's compelling new paper, and he makes a dash case that the dash notion means a vague idea, apoha. Notion means a baseless idea or an idea which is not sound. That the dash notion that an art critic's capability to assess the worth of a given piece is superior to a layman's is wrong. His new idea that the untrained eye is usually unfettered, free. Fetters means bedilu, chains. Unfettered means free, unshackled, unfettered. So his new idea that the untrained eye is usually unfettered by orthodoxy and can therefore see value dash is supported by his often quoted axiom, visceral trumps rational. Axiom. An axiom is a pithy saying, compact saying, like an epigram, satyameva jayate. Okay. And visceral means deep feeling. Visceral means a strong feeling. So here visceral trumps rational simply means feelings overpower or feelings are superior to rationality, which means logical thinking. So it's an interesting one, good one. Actually, I think it's very easy. I'm going to tell you the answer next. So please pause. Okay, before I think we'll have to discuss the words here. Okay, blank 1, all simple. Blank 2, E, belabored. Belabor means to repeatedly explain something. Explain something to a ridiculous length. So this belabor is an interesting word with many meanings. It's a verb, belabored, belaboring, belabors. It can mean to attack verbally, attacking verbally. My professor used to belabor me repeatedly for my, improper or bad assignment, whatever. Belaboring. So my father used to belabor me for my lack of discipline. Attack verbally. And belabor can also mean beating soundly. In battles, in ancient battles, combatants used to belabor one another with all kinds of weapons. Belaboring, beating soundly. He was belabored with a stick, So, and the most important one is to explain or insist on something to a ridiculous length, excessively. He has a habit of belaboring the obvious. Telugulo manam chadastam antam. He needlessly belabored the point. To needlessly belabor something, explain something to a ridiculous length. Okay. Erroneous means faulty, fault. Blank 3, instinctive, that means based on feelings, intuition. Instinct applies to animals in that a fish has a natural instinct to swim. It does not have to be taught how to swim. But instinct when applied to humans means intuition. That means a strong inner feeling which cannot be logically explained. A hunch, a gut feeling. Okay. So please work now. Pause the video and work now. Okay. So this is a tough one. The premise is new idea. So he says that Michelson's idea is a new one. Since it's a new one, underline new. Please understand, adjectives are important. So Michelson's idea is new. That means the earlier one is the old one. So, and he makes a what you call compelling new paper. Okay. So first blank should be convincing. It's compelling. And the conventional notion, the old notion, because Michelson's idea is new. The old notion is wrong. And the last one is easy. Instinctively. So visceral trumps rational. That means instinctively, intuitively. Intuition trumps rationality. So that's how it is. The second blank was tough. If you are not careful, you would have chosen erroneous, faulty. or maybe you would have chosen belabored, but both are not supported. The clue for the second blank is Michelson's new paper, compelling new paper. So this is a new idea, new proposal. So if you ask the art critic, then they have this old idea and this is the new one. Did you understand? That's why the second blank should be conventional. This is a good one. Comes very close to the quality that ETS will bombard you with. Jai Shri Ram.